Hello, everyone. My name is Tina, and I am coming to you from sunny Arizona. And we are going to be talking about Scorpio. Yes, Scorpio is the eighth house. Scorpio is ruled by Pluto, the planet of death and transformation, as well as Mars, the planet of aggression and initiate new ways of how to take care of yourself. Because Aries is the first house of the zodiac, which represents the ram, which represents the head. And so Scorpio represents the head, and it also represents the other head, if you know what I'm saying. Okay, so here we go. Now, Scorpio originates from the story of the hunter Orion, whom a giant scorpion killed in 3000 BC. Okay, so the Scorpio, of course, it has a beautiful constellation in the sky, and the stinger of the Scorpio is identified with the Libra, because you know how everything is connected. And this is a fun fact. Those Libras that are born closest to the Scorpio energy, they could be some diabolicals. I'm telling you, don't sleep on them Libras, okay? So anyway, speaking of Scorpios, the stinger of the Scorpio, which reps sexual depiction, death, rebirth, and it is connected to the underworld, transformation, and occult knowledge, and its association with Kundalini's force. And before I get into the Kundalini, let's speak on how deep Scorpio is. Scorpio is identified with the underworld. You think about that, like Hades and such, right? Like a Scorpio in a nutshell. Okay, so Hades, in a nutshell, and also it speaks to Kundalini, which is the snake that sits at the base of our spine. And once we activate our Kundalini, it then activates our third eye, and like we could see deep. So basically, Scorpio is in this snake position, right, deep inside of you, and you got to go deep within, and you have to do your research and your healing and everything, your meditation. Boom, you activate your Kundalini. Your Kundalini then rises to the third eye. You open up that third eye, and it's just like, what? And you just start seeing like everything. You start seeing like things, like different dimensions. Look, you start seeing Atlas when he holding up like you can see like the things holding up the planet. You be like, what that thing is up there holding up the planet? Like, yeah, it's something that it's rules. It's like the invisible rules you get to see. It be like the veil come off you and be like, and then you start seeing stuff like, oh my God, look at that snake right there. He's cooking some food for his family, and they're having a whole conversation. I can hear the conversation, y'all. That's how deep you go with Scorpio. You start hearing things and all kind of such things. All right. Speaking of the snake, the serpent, one symbol of Scorpio is linked to the Kundalini, the serpent power, which is life's force that rises, from the base of the spine to activate the third eye in the pineal gland, okay? Which I just mentioned a little brief about how deep Scorpio go. And Scorpio is the eighth house, and it does govern our genitalias for the men and the women. It also governs deep subconscious knowledge, and it also governs deep occult. Ooh, don't we love some occult? But check this out. Speaking of occult, all right, we're gonna break it down a little bit further. All right, let's check this out. Now, ancient Celtic festival of Samhain, now known as Halloween, a liminal time of a veil between the two worlds of the dead and the living, and it is honored, and that's the reason why they celebrate. That was the initial reason that they celebrated Halloween, is so that you can communicate with your relatives that are deceased and that are no longer with us. You can, have a holiday for them. But somehow, some way, now it's associated with candy. Candy. Ow. Yeah, so we got to get some of that candy. We dress up in Halloween. We dress up like the dead, or we dress up sexy, or we dress up whatever. And then we go get some of that candy. Candy. Ow. All right, here we go. So now, once the worlds are collided, there is an introspection also that is encouraged by Scorpio season. So here we are, we're in the Scorpio season, right? Which is Halloween, that is Scorpio season. That full moon, I'm going to tell you, whoever set Halloween up to fall on the full moon with the Scorpio, that wasn't by a mistake. I'm telling you that, because whomever the powers that be, the Babylonian, the Mesopotamians, they set it up to where, okay, it's going to get real funky when everybody getting their feelings. We're going to do some Scorpio. We're going to put it in Scorpio season. It's going to be real dark, and then the demons and stuff coming up. But, they got some good demons out there, y'all. And they're all not bad. They're all not bad. Like, what about the innocent people that, like the innocence? There's innocence like that goes on in this world. So anyway, also, the rulers are Pluto and Mars, as I mentioned, and they are in Scorpios are intuitive, secretive, and possess a strong will, which they apply to uncovering hidden truths. So they use their focus, and they be focusing on you, boy. I used to date a Scorpio guy, I tell you what, that boy used to look at me like this. I used to be like, dang, yo, give me some, like, dude. I would not date another Scorpio until I understand, like, just how to be cordial with them for Anyway, I won't date no more. But anyway. So anyway, they look at you so they can navigate the truth. And yes, Scorpios, they do like sexual energy, but it's not the kind of sexual energy that you and I'll just use myself as an example. Like I will use sex for, right? Scorpios utilize sex to learn the deep parts of people, the hidden agendas that folk they can't see. They can feel your vibe. Now, mind you, Scorpio, it is a water sign, the 8th house. It is solid water. It's fixed water. My bad. It's fixed water. Okay, and it is it's fixed water. It's fixed, it's water, it's Scorpio, yeah. And it's a water sign, absolutely. So they go deep. We go deep subconscious when we get to the water sign. And I gotta say, out of all the water signs, the Scorpio gets the deepest. And here's why. Scorpio is associated with rebirth. And now I'll give you an example. Like mushrooms, like fungus. When you have like something that dies, it absolutely dies, and it starts decaying, and it goes through this process, and through that process it's fungus comes from it, like the mushrooms and fungus comes from the death, but something beautiful comes from death. Another death situation too is when things are burned, like near the volcanoes and such. Like these volcanoes, they will wipe out these areas, right? And like really soon, right away, there'll be these like green seeds, like right away, it'll just start growing automatically. So there's like this death and this rebirth, and then that is also associated with our Scorpios. Okay, so Scorpios have transformative powers, along with their drive gives them an advantage of diving deep into what is unseen. They can read people and situations without being told. Yes, this is true. You walk up on a Scorpio, they can feel the vibe. They do. And some of them can take advantage of you, you know, your vibe and stuff. Like you're kind, they can see it, but you're not, and then they could see that too. But at the end of the day, don't play with no Scorpio. Do not play with Scorpio. That's the old school song. Anyway, Scorpios have an unyielding determination and a strong will, which is often focused on a singular purpose. It could be your mate, it could be your job, they could be focused on their car, they could be focused on their, they gonna be what? They gonna know. They gonna be focused. They gonna be focused. Excuse me for 1 second. I don't know why I always get irritation problems, nasal irritation problems when I get on the screen, but here we go. So anyway, so they focus on a singular purpose. Focus. They're focusing. Oh yeah. All right. Their path is described through the threefold test. The threefold test, y'all. Y'all ready for this? The threefold test. Okay. It's related to the appetites of the physical, sex, the three appetites, the threefold, Scorpio, threefold. Oh, the appetites, the physical, which is sex, comfort, which is money, and fear, which is ambition, okay? They can be hateful and cynical. They have high pride and cruelty, y'all. They can be cruel. Yes, they can be. All right. Okay. Also, another couple of Scorpio traits include secrecy, a powerful transformative nature. Scorpios are the inquisitors of the zodiac, a person with the deep hidden roots, and they have the patience to uncover with their inquisitor personalities. Oh, this hair, y'all. They can uncover the truths, secrets, and motives, much like a detective. All right, they're intuitive, they're observant, and they're drawn to mystery. They are known for their wisdom and discretion, and people can confide in them. The end of this summer and the celebration of winter, the wolf represents deep kinship and guardianship, echoing the protective side of Scorpio, because they roll with the, remember the Celtics, they were, with the Halloween, and they come together with the dead. They protect the dead and the living. Okay, that's how Scorpios roll. All right, Scorpio's intelligence, independent, strong instincts, loyalty, family, and community. All right. And I mentioned that they do govern the reproductive organs of men and women. Okay. All right. So I also would like to let you know what the signs is hitting for today. What's the astrological alignments of today? I'd be liking to do that. Let's do that here right now. And I apologize for the wait. Boom. Okay, let's see what is happening up here in these astrological streets. All right, so check it. The sun is in Scorpio. Just talking about Scorpio. We're just talking about Scorpio. The sun's going to be in Scorpio for a minute. The moon is in, the sun is in Scorpio. People's actions, which is the sun, people's actions are going to be toward deep intellectual conversations, getting down to the hidden truths and knowledge of what's going on out here in these streets, okay? The moon is in Aquarius. What is Aquarius? Aquariuses are very, I don't know what the word to say, they're very unique. I was going to say inquisitive. They're very inquisitive. They're very unique. They are the revolutionaries of the zodiac. Say it loud. Humanitarian, I'm proud. So folks going in their humanitarian bag right now in their emotions, they're going there helping people, they're finding a cause to get to where they're communicating, they're loving their families, all of that. All right. Mercury was in Scorpio, but now it's switched to Sagittarius. So now, the sign of communication, which is Mercury, is now in the sign of philosophical understanding. It's also philosophical knowledge, spiritual. The ninth house, right? It's pretty cool. It's Sagittarius, the Sagittarius theme. So you have, with our words and our communication, we're going to be using Sagittarius themes to get those out. Boom. Libra is in Venus still, which is amazing. Venus loves to be in Libra. Venus rules Libra. Libra is balance, fairness, beauty, art, all art on all levels. It's also your money, your job. It's your money, your coins. About your coin. So our coins is gonna be we're gonna get our coins in a beautiful, kind way. And even if we don't, just keep trying. Eventually, just keep on moving. Don't stop. You'll be all right. Keep on moving. Don't stop. All right. So Jupiter is in Cancer. Basically, Jupiter is the planet of expansion, right? Happiness, holidays. It's jovial. And with Cancer being there, we're going to be that way with our emotions. We're going to be happy with our emotions. You know how usually we shut it down and we be like, oh, I don't want to show my emotions, but we're going to start showing our emotions in a big, big way, which is Christmas time, right? We show our emotions typically, even, right? Like when you go out and you help people and everything, which is pretty cool. Like to go out or, you should do it all the time, not just wait for Christmas, but do that all the time if you could, okay? So we have Uranus in Geminis, which is unique, original ways of communicating, being social, and being out in your community. Neptune is in Pisces, which is amazing because I believe it takes about 230 plus years for Neptune to go through the cycle to get to Pisces. So for it to go to Pisces, that's a rare, amazing event that is going on in the sky. Please take advantage of these placements in the sky. Like, it's magical. Y'all better make some wishes. Y'all better wish on some stars. Pray. You better do what you gotta do. And Pluto in Aquarius is the rise of the regular average folk, right? There's no more about, you have a title so that you get a pass and you get a job because of whatever bias you are, whatever advantage that you had, that's over now, okay? Now the unique, the originals, okay, is prospering now. Originals, not intellectual demon takers. No, y'all. Sorry, the gig is up. But y'all had a good run though, didn't you? Y'all had a good run. Anyway. Pluto, Aquarius, the node is in Pisces. Lilith is in Scorpio. Lilith is the protection. So if you got Scorpio in Black Moon Lilith, oh my God. Don't start nothing, won't be nothing. Scorpio is not playing out here in these astrological streets, okay? It's getting deep. We're getting to the truth. Scorpio is about the Phoenix rising. Yes, they go through a lot. When they overcome it, they are amazing, amazing people. Going out there and check out the most amazing ones. They rich and stuff too. They do be a little rude, but hey, what can you say? You got to do what you got to do. All right. Got Black Moon Lilith in Scorpio. He's not playing. We got Cares Ceres is in Aries. My Aries is my 5th house, so Ceres is in Aries. I'm working on my 5th house stuff. It's like romance, the fifth house themes, which is Leo themes, like romance, entertainment, children things, right? Like things of that nature. Like I'm going through that for myself. But check out your personal birth charts. If you like, you can go to Astrolab. You put in your birthday, you put in the time of your birth, the state that you were born in, bada boom, bada bing. Get your birth chart. At least find out what your sun, your moon, and your rising sign is. I think that is fair because you being affected, and Mercury too, lightweight Mercury, Venus a little weight, Mars. It depends on your personality. Anyway, Cares is in Aries. Pallas Athena is in Aquarius. Helping the people. Pallas Athena rocks with justice. She's the justice of the zodiac. So she's justice for the people, justice for things you thought that you couldn't get justice for. It's coming up right now. Juno is in Sagittarius. Vesta is in Sagittarius. Vesta is basically like the things that you invested in your life, the time that you invested, the things that you invested in. That is in that's going to happen and come through to you in a big way. That is Vesta in Sagittarius. We have Chiron in Aries. Chiron is the wounded healer. Go check that story out. And you have Philos in Capricorn. So that is our amazing placements that we have for today. And if I may give you some controversy that I have, my natal black moon Lilith is right now in my 10th house, which is the house of the Capricorn house, which is status and your job and everything. So it's serious. It's getting serious. So I'm getting serious right now about some things. I am so grateful to be here. Thank you all so much for your time. I really appreciate it. Now, mind you, it is Halloween season and we got some Scorpio things jumping off. You guys have some fun, eat some food, have a good time. Again, my name is Tina. It's always a pleasure. I appreciate you and your time. Have an amazing day. Bye.